Youth empowerment key to nation building. Police cripple four-wheel drive smuggling syndicate. Good afternoon, thanks for joining us, and you're watching News on 2. I'm Jessica Lee. The Sultan of Perak, Sultan Nazrin Muizzuddin Shah, has stressed that it is important for the country to invest in and empower the youths that represents its future. Now, he said as such, it is crucial to do more to enable young people to become drivers of change and to empower them to believe that the future really is theirs to influence and build.
To reiterate a hugely pertinent quotation which I cited 2 years ago by the Director of the United Nations Population Fund, and I quote, "Young people are the innovators, creators, builders, and leaders of the future. But they can transform the future only if they have skills, health, decision-making, and real choices in life."
Sultan Nazrin said this in his opening speech at the 5th World Conference on Islamic Thought and Civilization, WCIT, in Ipoh, Perak. He also emphasized that young people currently made up nearly half of the world's population. Therefore, he said leaders must do more to engage these many millions of people in shaping their tomorrow today. The Institutional Reforms Committee, or IRC, will be meeting the Council of Eminent Persons, or CEP, this week to brief the Council on its report that was submitted to the CEP on Monday. The IRC, in a statement, said the report contains recommendations pertaining to 7 key institutions, as well as reforms to laws that impinge upon fundamental liberties. The committee said these recommendations were what it considered to be necessary steps for the reforms that the country needs. The areas of reform examined were parliament, elections, the judiciary, law officers and legal service, anti-corruption, police and immigration, communications, media and information, as well as human rights institutions and laws. IRC also made several immediate recommendations on matters considered to be urgent, most of which have been incorporated in the report. The committee added that they received approximately 1,000 submissions, letters and emails from the public, including submissions that were not directly connected with the scope of study, but raised issues which require attention. The child marriage incident in Gua Musang is still under active investigation by multiple agencies. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail, who is also Women, Family and Community Development Minister, said her ministry is coordinating the investigation. In a statement, Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah said her ministry noted the distress caused and concerns raised by the incident involving a 41-year-old Malaysian man who allegedly married an 11-year-old Thai national living in Gua Musang, Kelantan. She said her stand is clear, and she has consistently been the one expressing that her ministry opposed child marriages and is taking steps to raise the minimum age of marriage to 18 years. She also said it is important to act within the laws of the Federation, and the actions taken in dealing with this alleged incident of child marriage must be based on evidence. Meanwhile, Deputy Women, Family and Community Development Minister Hannah Yeoh said the proposal to make child marriage a crime will be tabled in Parliament. Now, police crippled a four-wheel drive syndicate with the arrest of 5 suspects in an operation codenamed Ops Lejang Hilux at Bandar Kinrara in Kuala Lumpur. Now, City Police Chief Datuk Sri Mazlan Lazim said 20 vehicles and a luxury car estimated to be worth 1.2 million ringgit were seized in the raid. Datuk Sri Mazlan said out of those seized, 4 were stolen in Cheras, Damansara, Sri Petaling and Machang Bubul. 6 had no records at Road Transport Department, and the rest were vehicles with their chassis numbers tampered with, believed to be smuggled out from the country and intended for the Middle East market.
Jadi mereka ni kumpul dan mereka touch up, mereka buat balik semua, kemudian dihantar masuk dalam kontena dan dihantar melalui kapal dan terus ke negara yang berkenaan.
All of those arrested between the ages of 41 and 63 had various criminal records involving drugs and vehicle thefts. One of the suspects has also been detained under the injunction of the Prevention of Crime Act, or POCA. Datuk Sri Mazlan said the vehicles will be sent to forensics for further investigation, while police identified the other syndicate members involved in the smuggling racket. He added that all 5 suspects have been remanded to facilitate investigations under Section 379A and Section 413 of the Penal Code. 2 died while 4 others were injured in a 4-vehicle accident along kilometre 132.4 of the East Coast Expressway (LPT) heading west near Termelo last night. Deputy Director of Pahang Fire and Rescue Department, Muhammad Sani Harul, said the accident occurred at about 8 p.m. involving a trailer, Pro 2 Myvi, Proton Saga and a Toyota Fortuner SUV travelling from the same direction. The victims who died were Myvi passenger Nur Rashila Rosdan, 22, from Sungai Parit, Pasir Panjang, Laut, Sultan of Perak, and the driver of the Toyota Fortuner, Lau Kim Bun, 65, from Taman Bukit Istana, Kuantan, Pahang. The injured victims were the driver and the 3 passengers in the Proton Saga. However, the driver of the trailer and his assistant did not suffer any injuries. The identities of those injured have not been ascertained, and the bodies of 2 victims have been taken to the Sultan Haji Ahmad Shah Hospital in Temerloh for a post-mortem. Now, a factory worker died while another was injured when the roof of the factory they were in collapsed. The incident occurred at 4:53 p.m. yesterday in Alustar, Kedah during heavy rains and strong winds. Kota Star Police Chief ACP Muhammad Rozi Jidin, who confirmed the incident, said an emergency call was received through the Malaysian Emergency Response Services, MERS. The victim who died of severe injuries was identified as Johari Zakaria, 60, from Kampung Padang Lalang, Alustar, while the injured victim was identified as Lim Bon Chew, 30. During the incident, both victims were inside the factory during heavy rains and strong winds that hit around the location. However, all of a sudden, part of the factory's roof made of zinc collapsed and crashed onto both victims. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad attended a state banquet in conjunction with Raja Perlis Tuanku Said Sirajuddin Putra Jamalulal's 75th birthday at Istana Arau, Perlis last night. Tun Dr. Mahathir and wife Tun Dr. Siti Hasmah Muhammad Ali arrived at Istana Arau at 8:40 p.m. and were granted an audience by Tuanku Said Sirajuddin and Raja Perempuan Perlis, Tuanku Tengku Fauzia Tengku Abdul Rashid, at the Blue Room of the palace. The closed-door audience, which also involved Raja Muda Perlis Tuanku Said Faizuddin Putra Jamalulal and Raja Puan Muda Perlis Tuanku Haja Lailatu Shahrin Akasha Khalil, lasted about 30 minutes. Following the audience, the Raja Perlis and Raja Perempuan Perlis, accompanied by Tun Dr. Mahathir and Tun Dr. Siti Hasmah, adjourned to the banquet hall. Perlis Menteri Besar Datuk Sri Azlan Man also attended the banquet. Coming up, government needs more women in engineering sector. Now, comprehensive measures has been taken to review the Sales and Services Tax, or SST, with the help of tax consultants and accounting firm PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng, in a statement, said the firm will assist the government in rationalising the tax collection and reporting standards in order to achieve a more efficient tax system compared to the Goods and Services Tax, GST, and the previous SST. Lim said PwC will also ensure that SST, which is to be implemented on September 1st, is simpler and is capable of avoiding tax leaks. He added that SST will be modified to ensure minimal impact on the lower income group following its implementation. Lim said more detailed information on the improvements will be announced from time to time during the ongoing Parliament session. Now, the introduction of the Sales and Services Tax should be made more transparent for the benefit of the people. Now, each aspect would be looked into in a more detailed manner to ensure that the implementation of the tax will help increase the country's income and at the same time not burden the people. Institute for Democracy and Economic Affairs Ideas economist Adli Amirullah said several amendments should be done for a more efficient tax system. Among them is ensuring that the collection of SST is done transparently and the amount of tax paid through each sales and service process is known by consumers. Adli said the tax should also be consumer and trader friendly to ensure a smoother payment procedure.
Mungkin hal ini nampak remeh kepada sesetengah pengguna, tetapi bagi saya benda ini sangat penting untuk memberi pengetahuan atau membuat pengguna lebih cakna dalam pembelian mereka dan mengetahui berapa banyak duit yang telah mereka habiskan kepada kerajaan.
Adli said the SST rate set for the sales and services sector should also be adjusted to avoid any confusion among consumers. Now, the current number of registered female engineers in the country is 7 times lower than the targeted number for 2020. Thus, in order to address this matter, Deputy Women, Family and Community Development Minister Hannah Yeoh is requesting those in this profession not to leave, as many experts are still needed. Yeoh added that in order for this to happen, support structures are necessary to empower those in the workforce. Yeoh also said that part of the support structure involves the provision of childcare facilities for civil servants beginning January the 1st, 2019.
Negara Malaysia baru ini memerlukan semua pakar-pakar, terutama jurutera wanita. Mereka boleh bertanding dalam arena kerja mereka dan berkhidmat, tetapi mereka perlukan sokongan. Dan sokongan ini kalau kita lihat dalam kemudahan childcare untuk mereka supaya mereka boleh bekerja dan juga menjaga anak.
Yeoh said education plays an important role in ensuring that graduates remain competitive in their profession. She added that the government should continuously engage with these students through internship or other programs to help them become more competitive. Yeoh said this after the launch of the Women's International Conference on Science, Engineering and Technology, WISET, in Kuala Lumpur. On to, in our top story, police crippled 4-wheel drive smuggling syndicate, arrested 5 suspects and recovered 21 vehicles. Join us again at 7 p.m. for more updates on the latest happenings around the world. Thank you. I'm Jessica Lee. Stay tuned to TV2.